Live from Town Square Towers at the heart of the Jersey Shore. Wake up with Jeremy Grunin. Get up, get out, do something. Join the conversation. 732-505-1160. News Talk Radio WOBM AM 1160 and 1310. Listen online at WOBMAM.com.
Hey, welcome back. Wake up with Jeremy Grunin, 607 Tuesday, July 26, 73 degrees, up to 95 today. WOBM AM 1160 and 1310. News Talk Radio, streaming live on the Radio Pop app and WOBMAM.com. 732-505-1160. Enjoy the conversation.
Not bad.
It wasn't bad, but I didn't get the full whatever. We are now joined in studio by Todd Gagnon. He is a music teacher in Barnegat. We have like a Barnegat theme going on for the last week or so, right? Right. We had the superintendent of schools down there.
Okay.
And now we have you.
Excellent.
Right. So good morning.
Tough act to follow.
No, not you. Totally got this. I mean, what could she possibly have on you? So talk to me. What are we here talking about this morning?
Today we're talking about a brand new band program called Jersey Coast Youth Bands. And it's so brand new, it hasn't even started yet.
Wow, that is new.
It's very new. It's right out of the package. We just launched or started to get some registrations in the spring. And it's a band program that's unlike any other because there hasn't been, especially in our area of the state, there hasn't been a band program that's community-based for students that are in elementary and middle school. When you get into high school, there's plenty of opportunities to play outside of school. But for the little guys, there's nothing that exists, and I think that's an area we can reach.
Okay. So why you? Why now?
Well, I taught high school in the Barnegat School District for about 5-6 years, and I moved to the elementary school. And at first, I wasn't sure how that was going to go. And I felt very comfortable in the high school situation.
Right.
And then I got to the little guys, and I said, well, I'll give this a try for a year. And I fell into a wonderful school with a wonderful staff and a wonderful support system and parents, and I loved it. And I said, "Wow, this is something I really want to keep going to do." And I realized that this hole existed for outside of school programs. As a school band director, the time that we have with the children is so limited between all the other things that have to happen at school, tests and programs, and it gets crazy. So the time that you have with the kids is so small that if something existed in supplement to that, to augment that, it would be a really great situation. And so that's why this was born.
Wow. So, okay. So how long have you been teaching? How long have you been doing this?
I've done teaching for 11 years.
11 years. You got to be 25. How could you be teaching for 11 years?
I started teaching in Barnegat right out of college.
Okay. So you've been teaching for 11 years. So when you were in college, you knew you wanted to be a teacher? Is that
Absolutely.
what you were going to school to?
I knew I wanted to be a teacher long before that.
So how'd you know that?
Well, I fell in love with music at an early age.
Okay.
Music in the family, music in schools. Fell in love with Glenn Miller and big band music as a 7-year-old, which really made me popular with all the other kids.
The chicks dig that.
Oh, they love it. Yeah. What do you play? Well, I play trombone, actually. Yeah.
By the way, just to interject, you had me beat because I played piano and cello.
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
Cello's a good look. Yeah, cello's a good look.
We would have gotten along really well.
Yeah, we would have hung. Go ahead.
Hey, let's put together a chamber ensemble, and we'll invite the rest of the 7th grade. So I had a really great music experience. I had some fantastic teachers that got me started in music. When I got into high school, we had some great teachers at North Harrington High School. And the experiences that I had there and the ensembles and the trips we took really hit home. I felt like I really fit. And I decided early on that I said, well, this is what I want to do. I want to give students, I want to give people like me the opportunity to have the same experiences I had because they defined me and they formed me as a person, and they affected my personality, my interests, and I fell in love with it. And I said, well, this is what I have to do. Right.
And so you tied music to education in your own mind at an early age.
Very, very young, yeah. And it wasn't about the education. It was about the experience.
Okay.
Yeah.
But as opposed to, I guess I'm just so. But you didn't want to go into music. You didn't want to be a musician, or you didn't want to
No. I wanted to work with people. I
Yeah.
wanted to work with young people. I wanted to work with students, and I always thought I wanted to work at the upper level. I wanted to take students that had already begun, that worked real hard, and got to a really high level of musicianship. And we did that at Barnegat High School. We had a great program there, and we still do have a very, very strong program there. And so when I was switched over to the elementary school, I wasn't sure how I was going to fit with a younger crowd, because they don't have any pre-knowledge of what they're doing. Everything that they do musically comes from what I teach them.
Right.
And very quickly I latched onto that and said, wow, this is not what I thought it was. This is very, very exciting. So the fulfillment, if you will, that I would get from teaching a 12th grade clarinet student to play the Mozart Clarinet Concerto for their audition for college, I get the same fulfillment from getting the young first-year clarinet student to play their first G.
Right.
And the light on their face and the smile and I know that sounds schmaltzy, but it's true,
No, it's listen. I understand. I think that when it's a blank palette,
yeah,
and so it's you feel actually it can be more impactful because
Absolutely.
you really are kind of engaging in that way.
Everything you see that they do came from your experience
Right.
and your relationship with them. Yeah.
Right. And so, but it takes an incredible amount of patience, doesn't it?
Patience and love. Yeah.
Because I can't imagine, look, I have 3 kids and I know, by the time I got to my 3rd child, teaching her how to ride a bicycle.
Sure.
I'm just gonna say it. She still doesn't know how to ride a bicycle because I gave up. I'm like, listen, you're not getting it, and I'm done now. All right. The other 2 got it a lot quicker. So I know I personally that's not a skill set that I have, but obviously you are you don't have an issue with that.
I didn't think I was going to have that skill set, and it turns out that I do. So I'm very pleased to find that out.
Yeah. That's cool. So okay, so you've seen that there's this void, and so you're like School of Rock time.
Oh,
right?
Exactly, right? The whole Jack Black thing,
Yeah.
right?
You're like, except you're not like commandeering a class and making it all about music. You're gonna.
Oh, I've done that though. I do that.
Yeah, that's great. So what I'd like to do is when we come back from the break, is I would like to talk about kind of get into the nuts and bolts of what it looks like, right? What the process looks like, how we're going to start in September, how we get more kids involved. Sounds like a great program and something that I know, there are similar desires all throughout the arts in not only in Ocean County, I'm sure, but really with the amount of testing and the amount of the rigors of Common Core, et cetera. I think we've definitely lost something in the creative process. So Todd Gagnon, we are talking, Jersey Coast youth bands. That's what we're talking. Wake Up with Jeremy Grunin, back after this.
Stay tuned for Preferred Company with Joel Markell and Marianne Levy at 8. Wake Up with Jeremy Grunin continues next. News Talk Radio WOBM AM 1160 and 1310.
Welcome back. Wake Up with Jeremy Grunin. Never a dull moment. We're here with Todd Gagnon. We're talking about music. We're talking about children. We're talking about musical children and how to make more of them.
That's right.
So, Todd, why don't you talk to me about some of the logistics here? So, for example, what's this schedule going to look like? What are the rehearsals going to look like?
Well, here's what this looks like.
Okay.
The Jersey Coast Youth Bands are going to be a once-a-week outside-of-school activity for any student that plays a woodwind instrument, a brass instrument, or a percussion instrument. They're in grades 5 through 8. We want them. No audition required. They just come, they show up, we meet them where they are, and we bring them forward and give them performing and playing opportunities. So we meet Wednesday nights, or we will meet when we start in September, Wednesday nights. Rehearsals are 90 minutes long, which is really a luxurious amount of time.
Yeah.
Again, like I said, it's so limited in the school system.
Right.
You have 20 minutes, and you take the first 5 minutes to get the instruments out, and then you get the next 5 minutes to lose their instruments, and then they get settled and move in the chairs. By the time you get everything set, you've got 2 minutes to play, and then you got to do the whole process in reverse. So for a 90-minute block of time, it's really luxurious for these youngsters. It's built of 2 bands. We've got a 5th grade band and 6th grade band. The 5th and 6th grade will be together. They start at 4:30 on a Wednesday, and we do a 90-minute rehearsal. And the 7th and 8th grade band comes in, and they do their 90 minutes at 6:30 at night. And we're out by 8 o'clock.
And where is this happening?
It happens at an elementary school in Barnegat. It actually
Okay.
happens to be the school that I teach at.
Okay, so obviously, parents are going to have to get the kids there.
Sure.
There's no and how many folks do you have lined up to help out with this?
I got a couple folks on hand that are going to help me do logistics and sign-ups and things like that. So,
But you're going to do the majority of the teaching.
I will be doing the teaching,
Okay.
and the directing. Yeah.
So you're saying if kids they could have no experience.
1 year of experience.
Oh, 1 year.
Yeah, we don't want to start a student on an instrument, but if they've been playing their instrument for a year, then they're welcome to join us without any audition.
Okay. And so no audition. So they're gonna rehearse once a week on Wednesdays.
Yeah.
And then what about performances?
Well, the performances are really an essential aspect. It's a performing art, and if we deprive them of the ability to perform, then we're missing a whole big portion of what the whole experience is about. So the performances are really exciting. When you're in a school band program, there are performances that happen generally on a twice-a-year basis, and you're performing for your family, or perhaps if you do a performance for the school, for your teachers. But you're performing for people that are already invested in the program, that already know about the program. Our performances are going to be community-based. We're going to be going out into the community and perform at festivals and events and things like that, so that we're an active part of our community, we're a visual part of our community, and people know about us, and that's going to help continue to perpetuate the program.
Right.
So yeah, we're looking at things like Founders Days and county fairs, different festivals, Barnegat Bay Festival, tree lighting ceremonies, all kinds of things like that, where we can get the bands in and do 20 minutes and have everyone enjoy it.
Now, is your vision ultimately that this is like an all-star band of 5th through 8th graders, or do you like it the other way, where it's more like a developmental band?
That's exactly the second way. It's not in any way, it's not an honors band. We're not looking to get just the top kids and give them extra opportunities. We want any kid, because when I started, I wasn't the top kid. I wasn't the top player. I was a kid that really loved to do it. But starting out, I wasn't so great. I had to practice my trombone on the back porch, and I used to, hail the deer from the woods across the way. It wasn't for a number of years. They actually let me practice then in the garage. So we're looking for the kids that just want to play their horn, want to bang their drums, and teach them how to do it well, and teach them how to get involved with some really high quality music and performing opportunities, and help them fall in love with it like I did.
Now, how many kids have you met that are listening to big bands and Glenn Miller at 7 years old now? Right? I don't know if that happens anymore.
No, there's not a lot. No, there isn't.
I don't know that if 25 years ago that happened either. But
No, it certainly didn't. We've got our work cut out for us, and that's part of what I want to do with this program is to build awareness for quality music, get kids involved with playing and learning about quality music. Not to speak disparagingly about the type of music that's out nowadays, but to expand their horizons and get them to love something that's really important.
Yeah. No, there's nothing not to disparage today's music at all. But there's some real doo-doo.
We have our work cut out for us. Absolutely.
There's some stuff that's not so great.
Get them young.
And tuition, what's the tuition look like here?
The tuition's really great. When you look at the opportunities that are open to students at the beginning or intermediate level, if you want to play outside of the school band program, you've got to either take a private lesson with a teacher, or there's not an opportunity. Now, private lessons are extremely expensive. Sure. Ours are much more affordable. We do a 90-minute rehearsal. It's $15 for that rehearsal. You sign up for a semester, though, which is 4 months long. It really breaks down to about $2 a day.
Wow.
And it's, who doesn't want to give their child fantastic music education for $2 a day?
For the price of a cup of coffee,
exactly.
You could feed a child in Africa, or you could send your child to band rehearsal camp with Jersey Coast youth bands. Okay, when we come back, Todd Gagnon, we're going to give you your magic wand, right? So you can make an impact. I have a feeling it may have something to do with music. And we are going to hear some more about your great program that you have kicking off in September. Wake Up with Jeremy Grunin back after this.
The news never stops at WOBMAM.com. Get the latest from WOBM News, the Town Square, New Jersey News Network, and Fox News Radio. Wake up with Jeremy Grunin. News Talk Radio, WOBM AM 1160 and 1310.
Hey, welcome back. Wake up with Jeremy Grunin, 634, Tuesday, July 26, 73 degrees, up to 95 today. WOBM AM 1160 and 1310 News Talk Radio, streaming live on Radio Pop app and WOBMAM.com, 732-505-1160. Join the conversation. We are joined in studio by Todd Gagnon. We are talking about Jersey Coast youth bands. And so, Todd, why don't you tell me a little bit, what do you have planned? Like, first of all, when does it start? When does this program start?
We're starting up September 7th, right away at the beginning of the year. And we'll start on that Wednesday, and we'll go every Wednesday through into December, and that'll be our winter semester, and then we'll do it again in the spring. We'll have another 18 weeks in the spring.
Is it your winter or your fall semester?
I guess you'd call it a fall semester. The concert will happen in the winter.
Right. So do you name a semester based on when the concert happens or when it kind of starts?
It depends. It depends
really?
on...
What does it depend on? Help me out with this. All right, we're moving along. How about anything in the future maybe for a summer program? Yeah,
actually, in the works, we want to expand to continue into the summer, maybe not a full 8 weeks or anything like that, but looking for maybe a 1 or 2 week boot camp for band students, just to keep those instruments out of the cases and the cobwebs from collecting in them throughout the summer when we lose a lot of people that way.
Right. It's the brain rot that happens in the summer. Right?
Oh yeah, it happens for us teachers too.
Yeah, does it? Does it? Well, listen, I feel like I've had that happen for the last 20 years or so. So it is what it is. Todd, this is where this is the part of the show where we give you the magic wand. Maybe in your case, the magic baton. Right, where you get to make a difference, make an impact, just sprinkle some pixie dust, some fairy dust, or whatever, wiggle your nose and make an impact. In your case, I'd really like to know what you're going to do with that to kind of make a difference in the world. What do you have?
Well, what I'm hoping is that the Jersey Coast Youth Bands actually become that magic wand. If I could wave that magic wand, the magic baton, I'd love to see the arts continue to flourish within the young people of Southern New Jersey. We offer so many extracurricular programs, the sports, the theater, the dance, martial arts, scouts, and cheerleading. But there's nothing for young band students. There are kids like me who band is their thing, and JCYB wants to meet that need in our community to reach the kids, not only to teach them music, but to give all those life skills that all those programs try to instill. Applying oneself and setting and reaching goals and giving to the community. We want to get kids involved in something worthwhile.
Right.
That's my goal. That's what I would love to wave the baton and have happen, is to get all these kids connected to something worthwhile. And I'm hoping JCYB becomes that magic baton.
Wow. And so how do you really kind of work this in also with your students? Like, I would think that your students who you are the band director for at the elementary school, you're still at that elementary school,
absolutely,
right?
Yeah.
Are they like, I can't imagine all those kids don't want to just sign up and say, let's do something extra and kind of and make an impact, no?
Well, that's one of the things that I love about what I do. One of the things that people say is, I don't teach music or I don't teach math. I teach students,
right?
And that's something that's not readily learned in the world of education. We come in gung ho with guns blazing, like I did, wanting to teach music and have these great ensembles. But it's really all about the students. It's about that relationship that you build with the students, and music is really the way I put it is it's kind of a great big hoax,
right.
As far as what I teach. I don't teach how to play a G, and I don't teach quarter notes and treble clefs and things like that. I teach applying yourself. And setting goals and reaching those goals and learning that if I work really hard at something over a long period of time, I get this sense of satisfaction and I can do whatever I want to do. It's
right.
not just about playing this instrument.
Right.
And that's what I want to do with this in just a whole new way.
Absolutely. And look, we say it about 27 times a week on this show. The arts are not just about the arts. The arts
Yep.
are about unlocking our youth's brains to thinking in a more creative way and
Absolutely.
kind of using some of the muscles that they wouldn't normally be using when they're just doing math or science or English or whatever. And it's important to have that creativity. Not all kids are athletes. not all kids are, everybody has their own place and everybody
Sure.
has their own path. And for many like yourself, music is the way to go. And this sounds like a great program to kind of help cultivate that and to take these kids to the next level and really kind of make sure that they hang on to something worthwhile for themselves and going forward.
Absolutely.
Build self-confidence, self-esteem, the whole nine. So, and
Absolutely.
I joke personally, like I played the cello and the piano, but I will tell you, it was a big deal for me in like 6th grade. I'll never forget. I played the part of Bach in like in the school performance,
Sure,
the orchestra performance, and I wore a wig and the whole nine. And I got up in front of the school and I played, and that's the kind of thing that builds your confidence as a kid who,
Absolutely.
frankly, I didn't excel at anything else, so that was a good thing. So why don't you give folks the contact information, where they can find out more, what they can do?
The best thing that they could do is find us on Facebook. If they have Facebook, just search Jersey Coast Youth Bands. And on Facebook, we've loaded it up with a lot of different things. There's articles from the Asbury Park Press, from the Sandpaper, Southern Ocean Times. There's a promotional video on there that they can see that shows what we do. Frequently asked questions are answered there. They can download the registration form. There's information about our discounts. We offer a family discount. We offer a discount for what's called the Build the Band program for getting other kids and friends signed up. So that's all on Facebook. Just search for Jersey Coast Youth Bands in the search bar, and there it is. To reach us by email, it's jcyouthbands@gmail.com. And we also have a good old-fashioned telephone number, which is 609-618-7019. So reach out any way that works best for you.
Very cool. Todd Gagnon, Barnegat, Lillian M. Dunphy Elementary School
That's
is
right.
where you work.
That's right.
But Jersey Coast Youth Bands is your passion, and sounds like a great program. Wish you nothing but success.
Thank you so much.
Wake Up with Jeremy Grunin. We'll be back right after this.